exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the What Is Yours channel, and welcome back to another episode of the San Francisco 49ers Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on Madden 22. That's right, we are back with another episode, and we have entered playoff territory. Yes, we had 3 episodes in the regular season. Week 1, I think we played week 9? We either play week 7, week 8, or week 9, whatever one it was. I forget. I think it was week 9 against the Cardinals. And then we played week 18, which used to be week 17, but now it's because the 17-game season is now an extra week. We played week 18 against the LA Rams. And boy, was that a game. So if there's any video that you need to go back and watch, besides obviously the intro video where we draft the team and do all that stuff, make sure you go back and watch the previous video against the Rams, because it is just the craziest game I've ever played in my entire life. So you need to go and watch it, because I almost had a heart attack during that game. I almost lost my entire voice. I almost passed out. I almost broke some valuable equipment. It was a trip. It was a roller coaster of emotion. So if you want to go back and watch that, then go and do it. I think you should. But we can't focus on the past, because we got to focus on the present. The divisional round of the NFL playoffs are here, and we are taking on fellow NFC rival. I guess you could say rival. I mean, they're a pretty decent team. The New Orleans Saints. That's right. The Saints are the team we are running up against in the divisional round. Obviously, we went 17-0. Well, probably not obviously, but if you didn't know, we went 17-0. The simulation was very, very kind to us. I couldn't actually believe it when I simulated, and it said there was a 0 in the loss column. So, hey, that was pretty cool, man. So we won the division. We obviously won the division. We obviously got the best record in the entire NFL. I think we were the only one only undefeated team. I think the Dolphins were 15-2, maybe 16-2. They'd have to be 16-2 because they'd have to be 15-2 because there's 17 games, not 18 games. So they were 15-2, I think. So they were the 1 seed in the AFC, and we got the bye. So now we play the divisional round against the Saints. Let's get into the video. Smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. We'd love to have you. Let's get into the video. So for my sake, I'm hoping that this game is very uneventful, very boring, because I need to rest. I've had way too many exciting, thrilling final seconds or fourth quarter games in Madden recently that I just want this game to be a blowout. We win by 30 and we go home. We move on to the NFC Championship. But for content-wise, I would prefer it to be exciting. I don't really want it to be, though. Let's do weekly strategy. They have Baker Mayfield. So out of all the quarterbacks they could have in this Legends Fantasy Draft Series, they have Baker Mayfield. So we will go with the short pass. They also have Patrick Peterson, which is pretty cool. We will throw it. You know what? I'm not going to throw it deep. They also have Jason Taylor. I'm not going to throw it deep. I am going to throw it. I'm going to run outside. That's what we're going to do. We're going to run outside in this one. You guys remember the whatchamacallits, the focus players. Tim Tebow's up to a 75 overall. We need a clean bill of health going into the playoffs. Everybody's healthy to start with, so hopefully we don't get anything crazy here. A lot of fatigue, but that doesn't really necessarily matter too much. The defense is clean, and the offense is clean as well. Beautiful. So we can quickly take a look at scouting players and take a quick look at the roster before we actually get into the game. I am going to do improviser on Tom Brady. He is already a 99 on 2 of his 4 categories, which is, I'm assuming, what these guys are in. Ooh, Calvin's almost finished upgrading. He only has 2 more spots to upgrade, and then or 1 more actually. He only has 1 more upgrade point available. And Reggie White is almost there as well. So we're going to be getting some players that are almost done fully upgrading. They're 99s and everything, which means they're the most dominant players in the entire league. So let's scout a couple players really quickly and then take a look at the roster. If we take a look at the scouts, we don't have a first round pick. So if we take a look at some of the guys that are projected to go in the next round, the second round, which is where we will most likely be drafting unless we decide to trade up a little bit, which I don't know if I will. I'm looking obviously at a guy like DeMarcus Ware or Simeon Rice. I'm looking at either a pass rusher, maybe another wide receiver, a corner would be nice, a Rondé Barber or a Jason Sehorn or a Pat Surtain. Obviously, we're looking for some defensive help. Maybe a running back if they fall to us, like Edgerrin James could fall to us a little bit, or a center like Travis Frederick. So I've got my eye on a couple of players. I don't know who's gonna fall where, so that is interesting. We could obviously check these mock drafts to see where everybody's gonna fall. There have been 2 mock drafts out, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, 2 mock drafts out. It has Dan Dieroff going number 1. He's probably gonna be the unanimous number 1, which is not a bad thing because he's gonna be a stud. So if we take a look down here, the bottom half of the first round, which is where we will start to looking to trade up into if we want to. You got Edgerrin James, Gale Sayers, Tom Jackson, Osei Minor, Jason Sehorn. So you got some guys that we could be interested in, especially a guy like Rondé Barber or DeMarcus Ware. Definitely guys that I would be interested in drafting. So we'll have to take a deeper look once we get closer to the draft and see if there's a trade that I want to make to jump up and get one of those guys. But without further ado, it is time to take a look at the Saints roster. We know they got Baker Mayfield. We know they have Jason Taylor. We know they have, that's it, right? Because those are the only 2 guys we know. So they have Michael Thomas, who is funny enough on the Saints in real life. He just injured. Trent Williams, who is injured, by the way. Speaking of injuries, he is out for 5 weeks with a hamstring tear. That is huge, ladies and gentlemen. That left side is now weak. Jason Taylor, Todd Heap, OJ Simpson, Pat Pete, Jair Alexander. Ooh, a nice 1-2 punch at corner. Jared Allen, Justin Simmons, Julian Edelman, Baker, David Montgomery, Ed Oliver. Okay, this team is not that great. We can definitely beat this team, especially with Trent Williams injured on that left side. So they have 2 as their backup. That's funny. They have Devin Singletary and David Montgomery behind OJ. They have Michael Pittman alongside them. The wide receiver core is very front heavy. They have a 69 overall left tackle. Oh boy. They have a 69 overall nice left tackle that's going to start, presumably, because the AI I wouldn't assume would switch their right tackle. I wouldn't think so. Yeah, look at their offense. Their offense went down to 89. So we have a big chance to take a major advantage in this game by pressuring that left side. I hope we can do it. Smash that like button if you believe that we can do it. Subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's get into this playoff game in South Carolina. That's wrong. We're in San Francisco. Why did I say South Carolina? I don't know. Move on. Go to the game.
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Saints and the 49ers, and it comes your way next.
Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. San Francisco Legends Fantasy Draft Football is underway in the playoffs. And funny enough, this is actually the team, as the ball doinks off the pole, that's funny. But this is the team that was in debate with who I was going to choose to be the center of this series. It was going to be either the 49ers and the Saints, and I chose, obviously, the 49ers as that ball is out. Get that ball. Oh my God. How did we not get that football? First play of the game, forced fumble by Reggie White, and we did not even get that ball. It was sitting there for 3 seconds underneath Todd Heap's legs, and we didn't even get there. And that's going to be a problem all day as Reggie White forces that bad pass from Baker Mayfield. Justin Houston, whoever's on that side, is going to eat. They're going to feast on this 69 overall left tackle. It's just going to have to happen as Julian Edelman makes a big catch. Joe Hayden got beat on that route. I did look into possibly drafting Julian Edelman in the beginning, but he was gone before I decided or made up my mind. Let's move over to this left side and let's just feast on this bad left tackle. They're going to double Justin Houston, which is understandable, but Julian Edelman with a great catch. He is beating Joe Hayden right now. Julian Edelman is torching Joe Hayden. I don't really like that. I don't like that a lot. We didn't get any pressure. There's Edelman again. He is the focal point of this offense right now. He has been the target on all 3 of the completions. They do have Michael Thomas, by the way, so it's not just Julian Edelman that they have. If we can just force some pressure, we will be good. And there was the pressure we needed to force, but they got the ball away as Janoris Jenkins gets just shrugged down by O.J. Simpson. At the 6-yard line, I don't know how they've gotten here, but they are pushing it down the field. Especially when we had the fumble, man. We forced a fumble on the very first play. That same run, but this time he holds on. We forced a fumble, and then they get it back because the stupid AI for when a fumble is forced is just really bad. I don't know what happens, but it's just really bad. 3rd and goal from the 3. Can we get a goal line stand here? Can we get a goal line stand here? We can. We get the goal line stand. 4th and goal. We hold them to a field goal. That is crucial. In a game where you need to score touchdowns, holding the team to a field goal at the 1 is big. Very, very big. So they take a 3-point lead, 3-0. Our defense did very well to stiffen up there at the end at the goal line. We love to see it. Cordell Patterson back to return this kick. If he gets some open space, he's gone. If he gets some open space, he's gone. And he gets up to the 33-yard line. And now Tommy is coming out to the field now for the first time. 39 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Those interceptions are very high because of me. I think I threw 4 or 5 of them myself. So that is one thing that I'm a little bit upset about. But if we can just get the run game going, then everything will be fine, because Chris Johnson has proven in these couple games during the regular season that if you just give him a little bit of space, he is going to be gone. He is that electric. So, and especially with human joystick, I can make those quick cuts back up the field. It's going to be a good day if we can get some running game going. But we also have to get Calvin Johnson involved, because in the game against the Rams, Calvin Johnson really did not do anything. So we need to get him involved. Tony Gonzalez needs to get involved. Larry Fitzgerald, Antonio Brown. We just need to play better, basically. I did not play very well in that game against the Rams. I didn't play very well in the game against the Cardinals either. So I need to play better personally. And I think I can do that with this game against the Saints, especially if Tony Gonzalez keeps getting open like that. One of the best tight ends to ever do it. And we take back all that momentum. That's going to be big in this game. In a playoff game, you need to have momentum. So you think that momentum's big in the regular season? It's huge in the postseason. And especially if Adrian Peterson can run over people like that. 11-yard line is where we fall. Big time run from AP. It's a nice 1-2 punch we have here. I'm not completely sold on the Adrian Peterson thing. There's obviously room for improvement around this team. I'm not saying I'm totally sold on Tom Brady either. And Calvin Johnson is injured. That is not good. Off-ball injury for Megatron. That gets Golden Tate in the game now. You never want to see off-ball injuries. Quick throw to Antonio Brown. Brady loves those quick throws. Malik McDowell is injured. We're going to give this to Adrian Peterson. We're going to just run it up their throats. I feel like we can do this. Adrian Peterson, up the gut. Get the first down at least. He got the first. I'll take it. The quarter will end when we're at the 1-yard line. Now, the Saints were stopped at the 1. So, this is going to be interesting. Brady, snap, throw, quick throw, Antonio Brown, touchdown 49ers. Do your dance, Antonio, do your dance. We take the lead for the first time in the game. We obviously have Cam Newton behind Tom Brady, so we could move Tom to get somebody else. Start Cam Newton. Maybe we trade for somebody. We're gonna keep Calvin off the field until he's fully ready to come back, just because he's such an important piece to this team that I don't need him to be risking injuries when he doesn't need to be. And especially since we're gonna be off the field on defense here. So that's a big hit. That's a fumble. Woodard. I don't know who caused it. Was it Christian Okoye who caused it? Hold on. Speaking of not being on the field very long, we got to go back and watch this. Who forced this fumble? Michael Pittman Jr.'s returning. It is Christian Okoye. Christian Okoye comes up and lays the hammer on Michael Pittman Jr., and Wesley Woodyard is right there to pick that ball up. Unbelievable from Okoye, the Nigerian nightmare. Unbelievable. I'll take it. I will take it for sure, because that is huge momentum. We'll get a good block from Okoye, and maybe not. I was hoping we'd get a big block from Okoye. All right, it looks like Calvin is back, even though he didn't really get a lot of time to heal. But that's just Megatron. Megatron heals himself. This could be a Megatron touchdown. I think I'm going to give it to him. Megatron touchdown. There it is. That's why he's such a big piece to this team, because you just throw it up and let him get it. Calvin Johnson, baby. And that is a big-time momentum shift. As I squeak the extra point through. That was scary. I've been known to miss easy extra points. 14-3. A huge shift in momentum with that forced fumble from Okoye. And now we can do it again here if we can get an open space. Force it. Ah, Jimmy Smith couldn't force it. That's okay. So Baker will take the field again, but this time it's not a 0-0 game. It is 14-3. Maybe this left tackle will start to crumble here under the pressure of the game as the team. I think that was, who got in there? Was it Ndamukong Suh? I think it might have been Ndamukong Suh who forced the bad pass. 2nd down and 10. Baker's got nowhere to go. Reggie White with a sack on Baker. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. 14-3, a 3rd and 18 for the Saints upcoming. Baker in the backfield again. He rolls out to the left. He was across the line of scrimmage, but I guess he wasn't. It doesn't matter because he's out of bounds anyway. There we go. 3 and out, just like I wanted. If we can score here, then we could potentially put the dagger in this game. Cordell Patterson just needs a little bit of space. He just needs a little bit of space. You gotta block that. I need him to get blocked. The punter brought me down. I was banking on a block and I didn't get it. All right, we'll go halfback stretch here. If we can get to the outside edge, CJ could be gone. And we can't get to the outside edge because Leighton Vander Esch, man. Leighton Vander Esch breaks through. We couldn't seal the edge. 2nd down and 13, but Calvin Johnson could be open here, or it could be Antonio Brown. Why did that? What happened there? That was supposed to be Antonio Brown, but it seemed to get locked on to Chris Johnson. I don't know what was happening there. It's okay. It didn't get incomplete, or it didn't get intercepted, which is the big thing. Do we kick the field goal? We go for this. We go for this. 4th and 3. We could kick the field goal with Mason Crosby, but I'm feeling... We should have kicked the field goal, shouldn't we? I wanted to press triangle, but my finger pressed square. That's why the pass was so bad. And they're going to give it to their big boy. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who that guy is, but he gets the ball a lot. O.J. Simpson not in the game. It's been this guy who's been getting the big carries, and he gets hit hard by Earl Thomas. Who is this guy, by the way? Let me check really quickly. I don't know who this is. Depth chart for the Saints. It is not one of those. It's Nick Bodden, their fullback. They're giving the ball to a 67 overall fullback instead of their 99 overall O.J. Simpson. All right, Saints, you do you. You've got a 69 overall left tackle and a 67 overall fullback getting carries. Whatever. I'll take it because it helps me out. That's for sure. We got to capitalize because I screwed this up. We should have a 17. We should have 17 points on the board, as that's going to go out of bounds. Baker will throw that away. Almost had the sack on him with Reggie White. Couldn't get there. If we could force a fumble from the 60, we got to just abuse the 67 overall, right? As Reggie White gets a sack, that's a fumble, and Ndamukong Suh picks it up. The strip sack from Reggie White, the recovery from Ndamukong Suh, and just like that, it's like we never even got turned over on 4th down. Because we're back right where we should be. As Chris Johnson gets a big carry there. And we get full momentum. All 3 of the momentum bars are in our favor now. I'll give the Saints credit. They did bring a lot of pressure on that 4th down. Brady throwing on the run. He never should do that, and he definitely should never do that. Calvin was open too. He had a step. I could have easily thrown a touchdown there. Great cut from Larry Fitzgerald. That's why he was one of the best route runners of all time, ladies and gentlemen. That was a beautiful cut. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning of the first half. 14-3. Hopefully going to make it 21-3 if we can get a touchdown here. This definitely would have been the dagger if we would have already scored and not turned it over on 4th down. And then we score again here, make it 28. That would be crazy. It would be hard for the Saints to come back, especially the way they've been playing. It's interesting how the Saints even made the playoffs with a lesser team, you would say, like Baker Mayfield in a league where all these legends are and really good players are in. It's crazy that they made the playoffs. This could be a Larry Fitzgerald touchdown catch, and it will be. Larry Fitzgerald roll in the end zone. There you go. Touchdown catch. All right, we can ease the worries a little bit. We can ease the worries just a little bit as we go up 21-3. We have full momentum, and we are dominating this game. The Saints offense can really not do anything since that first drive when they were like forcing it to Julian Edelman. So if we take away Julian Edelman, they haven't even, I don't even think they've targeted Michael Thomas yet. So if we can just do that, if we can just keep not allowing them to target Michael Thomas or Julian Edelman, and just let them hand it off to their 67 overall fullback for some reason, then we'll be fine. I mean, look, he's out in pass or not pass protection, but he's out in running a route as I hit Baker Mayfield a little bit too late. That's my bad. That's my bad. I understand. I understand. That's my bad.
first and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of
We get the ball at the half, by the way, the second half. So they definitely need to score here, or we're going to start running right through them. That's going to be a completed pass to the fullback, and he's going to get beamed out of bounds by C.J. Mosley. I don't know why they're giving him all the carries. Where is O.J. Simpson? I don't know if this might be like the stamina glitch or something that's been going around Madden that hasn't been fixed. I don't know, but O.J. Simpson not out there. Maybe they just believe in their 67 overall fullback. They shouldn't. They should not believe in Baker Mayfield. That is the second strip sack from Reggie White. This time it gets picked up by the Saints. Reggie White is dominating this right side of the line, especially with his X Factor lit up, and they finally find the receiver they wanted. I thought it was Michael Thomas. It is not Michael Thomas. He got a first down on that one. I don't know how he got through, but he did. First down and 10, 50 seconds, 1 timeout for the Saints. And they're going to go deep, but it's Richard Sherman. How did Richard Sherman not at least knock that down? We were stride for stride. We were stride for stride, and somehow Sherman, yes, I probably should have went with the SWAT, but I went with the interception animation, and it cost me. How does that end up in Michael Thomas's hands? Unbelievable. Sherman should have easily at least knocked this down or caused Michael Thomas to not catch it, but it's almost like Sherman wasn't even there. It's almost like Sherman wasn't even there, and that was always going to be a touchdown. It didn't matter if Sherman was pass interference on him or what, because that was always going to be a touchdown by Michael Thomas. Oh, that's not good. They get some momentum back. We can't allow them to have any momentum. I can't believe that some of these animations, some of these cheesy little animations. I should have went with the user SWAT, but I went with the interception animation, and that's what it gets me. I thought maybe at the most it would, or at the least it would just cause Michael Thomas to not catch that, but nope, it didn't really even do anything. Now here's the big question. Do we go for a touchdown? I think we do. I think we go for a touchdown. If we don't get it, that's fine because we get the ball at the second half anyway. That's a big catch, Larry Fitzgerald. Turning up the field. Larry Fitzgerald taking a timeout across midfield. That was a big time play. And now we go with the same play or a similar play that we scored the touchdown on with Calvin Johnson. But this could also be an easy Antonio Brown route. Nope, that's clearly Calvin Johnson as Tom Brady puts that right in the bucket. Right in the bucket. And just like that, 2 plays, we are already at the goal line. I kind of want to run this ball. I mean, we have 1 timeout, 26 seconds. Do we run this ball or do we give them time? That's the one thing that I'm worried about.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first.
Let's run this ball, see what happens. Oh, we got the touchdown. Okay. So we might have left a little bit too much time on the clock. Who knows? Hopefully not. But we did score before the half, which is big. 28-10 now. But just think that would have been 28-3. How much of a difference that would make. But we did go easily up the field and score on them, so that's pretty enticing. Making them return this. Michael Pittman about to get hit pretty hard by Christian Okoye. Ball's out, and they get it again. Christian Okoye's got the hammer. That's the second forced fumble on the kick return, but they pick it up. Unbelievable. We could have had another point, or a couple more points if we would have picked that up. And that's going to be C.J. Mosley tackling the fullback, and that is going to take us to the half, I would guess, yeah. So they're going to use their final timeout, and that's the half, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. We've made some mistakes, but more than we've made more positive plays than we have mistakes. So We are just going to continue to ride this momentum and hopefully score on this drive and be good to go. Oh, I have been close on 3 or 4 kick returns this season with Cordell Patterson. I'm going to break one of these days. I am definitely going to break one. All right, we're going to run to Jason Taylor's side. Hopefully he gets blocked. He does not get blocked, and he runs right through. He shoved Orlando Pace or whoever he was covered by. He shoved them out the way. That was embarrassing by whoever was blocking that. Jason Taylor, man. Give that to Tony Gonzalez. Let him get upfield, get the first down, and out of bounds. Beautiful from Tom Brady there. All right, let's run again. I'm going to need my left side of the line to actually block this time because we're running here again. And they do a decent job. If I can turn the corner, and Chris Johnson, Pat Pete has no shot. That 98 speed is so dynamic. It's so game-changing, man. Once I got to the corner and I turned the corner, Pat Pete had no shot at getting me. Nobody had any shot at getting me. This was the one guy I was worried about, and I turned the corner. I knew Pat Pete was not getting me there. He's running 22 miles per hour as he scores a touchdown to put us up 34-10 and now 35-10. We might be seeing Cam Newton in this game. We might definitely be seeing Cam Newton in this game if we keep scoring. I say if we hold the Saints here and we score another time on our next possession, then I think we'll give Tom Brady the day off, the rest of the day off. Let Cam run the show. Because I have yet to play as Cam in this Legends Fantasy Draft series, so because most of our games during the regular season have been tight. 35-10. This is the game changer. If we stop him here, it could be over. They're going to give it to their fullback. He's going to get like a yard, I think. Maybe 2. I don't know why they keep insisting on running their 67 overall fullback, but I'm not mad at it. If they want to do that, they can do that. I just think it's a little dumb. They're going to find their tight end, Todd Heap. CJ Mosley covering him. And now it is 3rd down and 5. They've got their fullback in the backfield again. Michael Thomas is in bunch with the rest of the guys. Julian Edelman is not in the game, I don't think. And Baker's going to have to throw it on the run. Incomplete. And we get a 3-and-out. That's what we wanted to see, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. That's part 1 of the plan, was to force a 3-and-out with the Saints and then score on this possession with our boys. And then the offense can take a little bit of a step back. This could be a big Calvin Johnson touchdown here. If he gets open down the middle of the field, forget about it. It's over. But it's just a matter of what that deep safety does. And he didn't get open in time, and I threw a pick. I threw a pick because I didn't like what Calvin Johnson was running, and I'm sorry that I thought this was open. This is open literally every single time. If I can turn the camera around. So Brady, I step back. I didn't like that deep safety help over the top with Calvin, so I chose to throw it to Larry Fitzgerald. And sorry that I would choose to think that this is open. My bad for thinking that this route would be open. I'm sorry. Take me to jail for thinking that this is open. I threw it, and all of a sudden, he just becomes the fastest player on the field, and he just undercuts the route easily and picks that off. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. That's just Madden being Madden. I could have floated that, I guess. Maybe that would have been better, but there's nothing I was gonna be able to do. That's always gonna be picked off because it's a bad game. That's all you can really say about that. So we give the ball back. We give momentum back to the Saints. Not what I wanted to do at all. And I add an interception to Brady's record. So that's not even what I want to do either. Everson Griffin forcing the incomplete pass. Wish that could have been a sack, but he got the ball away. We're getting a lot of pressure, but not as much as I would like. I want pressure on every single play. This offensive line's not good. And yet they are getting the ball away quickly. Baker is throwing the ball quickly. 3rd down and 5. We stopped them last time on 3rd and 5 because we got pressure. So if we can get pressure again, beautiful. It's It's going to be a screen to the 67 overall fullback. No chance. No chance you're scoring on or getting a first down on me when you're a 67 overall fullback. No shot. So we hold him to another 3 and out. They're going to fake it to the fullback, the 67 overall fullback. They faked it. They faked the punt. Unbelievable. The balls. The massive cojones that these boys have. I can't believe they faked the punt. The CPU barely ever fakes punts. I did not see that coming at all. And to the 67 overall fullback, he's got 7 carries in this game and a couple receiving receptions. This game is weird, bro. And O.J. Simpson finally back on the field. He's been out for like 2 quarters. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Are we going to get pressure? They're going to give it to O.J. And O.J.'s going to easily get in the end zone and score. I cannot believe they faked the punt. They faked the punt, ladies and gentlemen. And so my turnover comes up to cost me. Of course it does. We held them to a punt, and they fake it. I cannot believe it. The cojones that they have to fake a punt. Crazy. This game is weird. Let's just run the football, run it down their throats, show them who's boss. And that's not good because for some reason he's just automatically faster. Malik McDowell's faster than Chris Johnson. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes complete and total sense to me. Oh, human joystick worked really well there. Thank you for human joystick. As I'm going to throw this to Tony Gonzalez. What's the flag here? That came out right as I passed it. Pass interference. All right. I'll take pass interference, I guess. I'm not mad at it. That shouldn't have been pass interference, but they want to call it. I'm not going to complain. They covered all those routes. They no doubt covered all those routes. Calvin could be open here, but the route might not develop quick enough. Tony Gonzalez with the most beautiful route I've ever seen in my life. We got to take another look at this. I don't know if you guys caught it or not. You might have. But let's take another look at this route. So let's just ISO Tony Gonzalez really quickly because this route is unbelievable. So he starts in, he cuts back out. That guy had no chance. Is that a linebacker? I don't know who it is, but he had no shot. Tony Gonzalez, man. Expert route running right there. Left him in the dust. He dusted his man. And then easy catch, easy run, and gets tackled down later. Unbelievable. We've got about a quarter left to go. The third quarter is about to end. 35-17. We're going to run this with Chris Johnson. He's going to almost get a touchdown. He got rolled up at the 1. I thought he might have snuck his way in. We're going to do the halfback toss. Oh, we're not. Okay, the third quarter is over. We are still going to do the halfback toss. I want to see if this will work. I don't know if Peterson has the speed. He might. He might have the speed. I hope he does. If we get that edge block, Adrian Peterson runs over a man and scores. Adrian Peterson. Big time run. All day from AP. 42-17. We have extended this lead huge. I'm feeling good. It's Skyline time. I am super excited to possibly be playing in the NFC Championship game. I shouldn't say possibly. We will play it. We got to manifest it. We will play in the NFC Championship game. If we can tackle Michael Pittman, thank you. We let him go way too far there. I guess Christian Okoye is only good at hit sticking people. So about 7 minutes, basically. They got to score every single possession, and they got to score quickly. They're going to chuck it deep, exactly what they need to do. Michael Thomas, swat that away. Jimmy Smith. I'm not getting cheesed by the AI again. I'm swatting that away. Michael Thomas had a step on me. He was going to catch that, no doubt. That's what I should have done with Michael Thomas and Richard Sherman, but I learned from my mistake. And Baker held that way too long. They cannot call this roughing the passer. Thank you. I was going to say, you cannot call that roughing the passer. Whew, that was close. That had me worried for a second. 2nd down and 20. Baker's holding this ball a long time. Janoris Jenkins! The Jackrabbit seals it. Most likely. Janoris Jenkins picks that ball off. It was only a matter of time. Baker was starting to get a little crazy with these balls. It was only a matter of time before we picked that ball off. Janoris Jenkins is the one to do it. And we give this ball to Adrian Peterson. Brought down by, I think, Patrick Peterson. Yeah, 30. Let's see if Antonio Brown gets open on this one. This could be a touchdown if Antonio Brown dusts his man. But it relies heavily on Antonio Brown, and it relies heavily on not getting hit very hard by the linebacker. I really wish we would have had some blockers there, but they brought a zero blitz. Christian Okoye getting a carry, and he didn't get it. 4th and inches. We got to take a 56-yard field goal. We probably shouldn't because, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And I didn't get full power on that. That might not be good. Just barely. If I would have put full power on that, there wouldn't have been no worry, but that one squeaks through. All right, you know what? That could turn out to be a big turning point in this game. Like, that field goal, we could win by 3 points. You never really know. And that's a fumble! Another forced fumble from this kick return team. We are hitting everybody hard. And it's not just Christian Okoye. It's everybody. We are smacking people. We are slapping meat. And that's going to be incomplete. He was going for Michael Pittman, but Baker is no good. It looks like we're going to play either the Vikings or the Panthers in the NFC Championship game. The Dolphins and Chiefs are playing, and that's going to be roughing the passer. You've got to be joking. You've just got to be joking, right? That cannot be roughing the passer. Unbelievable, man. So frustrating. I can't hit the quarterback. I cannot hit the quarterback. I kind of hope the Dolphins lose so that we don't have to play them possibly in the Super Bowl, because they are clearly by far the best team in the AFC. I don't really want to play them. And I hope the Vikings win, because the Vikings are 9-8. We could have our way with the Vikings in the NFC Championship game. I would want an easy route to the Super Bowl, that's for sure. Where is this pressure? Why are we not getting pressure? We can't beat this offensive line. We have 99s all over the place. We can't beat this offensive line. Their left tackle 69 overall, and he had a momentum boost or morale boost. So he's playing up to a 60. He's not even really a 69. He's like a 67 or 68. That's embarrassing. We can't beat him. Bring him down, thank you. Earl Thomas just hits hard every single play. Baker's got a lot of dirt on him. He's been on the ground a lot today. Justin Houston should be having 6 or 7 sacks in this game. There's no way, no feasible reason why he should not be winning every single matchup with that left tackle. I can understand if Trent Williams is in the game. But Trent Williams is not playing. He's been injured all game. So, unacceptable. Unacceptable, especially since the Saints are starting to pull back into some sort of reasonable play here. and they still insist on throwing to the fullback who is 67 overall. I will never understand it, but he's out there more than O.J. Simpson, and he's getting more touches. Oh, I thought he got targeted again, but that's Freiermuth that got targeted. Hold him to a third down. 3rd and 3. Is this where we bring a blitz? I think this is where we blitz all the linebackers, and we just go ham on them. O.J. Simpson back in the game. And they're going to get that to Michael Pittman. That might have been an incomplete pass if I didn't blitz all the linebackers, but you know what? I'm getting frustrated. It's not going to matter if they score anyway. They're probably going onside kick, but it's not going to matter if they score anyway. That was a false start. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I want to see. 1st and goal from the 11. We're going to use our Ndamukong Suh. We're going to get to the quarterback. We're going to sack him. Give me that sack. I want your sack, Baker. Who's going to get there? Somebody's got to get there. He's holding his ball way too long. Everson Griffin is the one to do it. I had 3 or 4 guys with a shot at it. Everson Griffin's the man to do it. I don't care who it was, as long as he's down on the ground. At the 16-yard line, 2nd down and goal. They have no chance for a 1st down anymore. So they either have to kick a field goal, score a touchdown, or turn it back over to us. And they're going to give that to Todd Heap. Good wrap up by Jimmy Smith. That's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 10. 3rd down and goal from the 10. The clock is running. We kept them in bounds. This is big. This is very, very big. Snap. The hold. The throw. Richard Sherman. But he falls out of bounds. Sherman out of bounds. That could have been the dagger. Well, the nail in the coffin, I should say. The dagger's already happened. Baker, he's going to throw this one deep, and it's Earl Thomas. It doesn't matter which Legion of Boom member it is, because Earl Thomas does it. He throws it to Sherman's side, it's picked off, but he's out of bounds. He throws it to Earl Thomas' side, it's picked off in return. You can't throw on the Legion of Boom. When are you going to learn? When are you going to learn you can't throw on the Legion of Boom? And Adrian Peterson going to get a big gain, and we're just going to run this ball until we get out of here, headed to the NFC Championship game. And luckily for us, we are the 1 seed throughout, so like, we have home field advantage throughout. So the Super Bowl runs through Santa Clara, which is big. We don't have to worry about going on the road anywhere. We don't have to worry about anything. We got the 1st down. This game is over. 45-17. The Niners get a huge W. And Chris Johnson, if he gets around this man, if I would have got around the corner, that could have been another touchdown. But Jair Alexander with a good wrap up there. 23 seconds between us and a berth in the NFC Championship game. And Chris Johnson, another great run there. 15 carries, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Final play of the game is going to be a run. If we can get the snap off, we can. And it will be. He gets by Leighton Vander Esch. He gets by Sa. Thought he was going to get by Justin Simmons, but he can't. And we take the W. That's exactly what I wanted. It was not an exciting game. It was boring. We won easily. 14-19, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. That was a stupid interception. Should never be on the resume, but it is. Chris Johnson, 16 carries, 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Adrian Peterson, 6 carries, 32 yards and a touchdown. Tony Gonzalez played a big role in this game, 4 catches, 89 yards. Brown, Fitzgerald, and Calvin Johnson all had a touchdown. Then we had C.J. Mosley, 4 tackles. Janoris Jenkins, 5 tackles and a pick. We picked off Baker twice. Reggie White had 3 sacks in this game. Everson Griffin had 1. And 2 of those were strip sacks, by the way. 2 interceptions, like I mentioned, Janoris Jenkins and Earl Thomas. Great game from the defense. Great game from the offense. And we win 45-17. Big dubs. So in the next episode, I got my wish. We are going to be playing the 9-8 Minnesota Vikings. They upset the Panthers, who were the 2 seed. They won by 3 points. And the Dolphins got upset as well by the Chiefs. Unbelievable. All the lower seeds won except for us. The Dolphins got upset. The 15-2 Dolphins got upset. The Bengals, the 2-seeded Bengals got upset. So it's a Steelers-Chiefs 5 versus 6 matchup, and it's a 1 versus 4. So we are clearly, at least on paper, the best team left in the postseason. I cannot believe that's huge that the Dolphins lost. That's actually really, really huge because they were probably going to be our biggest threat. So in the next episode, we will play the NFC Championship game against the Minnesota Vikings. They have Darrelle Revis, obviously, who only has 2 interceptions on the season. I would expect him to have a little bit more than that, but he doesn't. So we will play the Vikings. We will go over their roster. We'll do weekly strategy. We'll do all that in the next episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe button. Join the Juice Club. We'd love to have you. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.